Alright, what's up everybody? I was live on Instagram earlier, and now I'm going to be doing a live Facebook viewing. We're nearing the tail end of this eclipse, probably about 25%, probably about 25% covered. I'm just going to be holding my camera up to my eyepiece here. So I'm viewing from Toronto, Ontario. There you can see it's about 25% covered. Got my scope here. The only reason I'm able to view this safely is because I have a solar filter here, and it blocks out about 99% of the light that you'd normally see. So let's see, get that back in view. So about 20 to 30 minutes ago, it was at its full point for Toronto, which was about 70% covered. It's now at 25, so it's starting to go out of view actually. Within the next hour, it'll be gone. The eclipse will be over. So just popping in to show you guys the last view. I've had passers-by checking it out, just construction workers who are just finishing up for the day and whatnot. It's actually a very nice view through my scope. This is my smaller scope. I do have a larger one, but it is in the States right now. It's another thing. If you live in some of the mid states, you were able to get a full view of the eclipse today, and you wouldn't even need a telescope. But if you're a little bit north or south of that, you're getting a partial eclipse, anything from 30% up to about 70%. So here, let's get this back in view. So you got 25%, probably about, I'd say about 20% covered now still. So that black disk there you see, that would be the moon. It's now exiting. So the eclipse is ending. I did notice as it was at its totality point, I noticed a slight dimming of the sky. It wasn't anything that anybody just walking around would probably pick up on, but I did notice a slight dimming. And as Nick mentions, this is all a scam by the government. And if you're outside right now, I would like to warn you that there are lizard men walking amongst us. And you really need to take note of that. So the best thing to use as a weapon would be water without chemicals in it, because the water will turn you into a lizard man. Not sure if you can see, there's a couple little black dots on the sun as well. Those would be sunspots. It's kind of hard to see, and I can't really tell because there's a reflection on my phone, so I can't tell if you guys are getting full detail or not. But looking through the eyepiece, myself, I can see some pretty large sunspots going on right now, which each one can hold a couple Earths in them, and they just look like little specks on the sun, so it's kind of surreal to think about it like that. But you know, just enjoying the view. And I keep having to adjust my telescope. That's because the Earth is rotating, and you know, it's the way it goes. So but it's been nice having people pass by and be able to share this with people, because if you're north or south of the totality, like the full solar eclipse, you have to have special glasses or a telescope with a filter to see it like I'm seeing it right now. So just, you know, random people who are just outside aren't going to be able to pick up on it. I mean, I did stare up at the sun just to see if I could get any hint of it when it was at its peak for us. I was able to detect a slight curvature of the moon going over the sun. Most people wouldn't, and I wouldn't advise staring at the sun either. I'm sure a lot of people did today. Hopefully nobody has any visual problems from that, but you know, everyone's curious. Just got to find somebody with a telescope, and you can have nice things like this. So it almost looks like Pac-Man now. Like if you look at it, like it's what it looks like through my phone and the eyepiece. At least it looks kind of like a yawning Pac-Man at this point. Really cool though. I've been waiting for this for years. I was even debating on traveling south to get a better view of this, but decided against it. Financially, I couldn't support that decision, so. And I figured, 70%, which is what we got at our totality up here in Toronto, that's good. That's good enough. Like I said, I was able to notice the sky dim very slightly, like very subtly, and seeing it through the eyepiece, the sun essentially became a crescent. So, like you'd notice, like you'd see the moon on a, just like an ordinary night. You get to see the sun as a crescent. It was pretty cool. Not sure if anyone can see any of those details on the sun, though. Any of those little sunspots. I took some pictures through my camera. I don't think I got any at its totality point for Toronto. I think I got them like just before. So I think I got maybe like when it was like 60% covered or 58% covered or something. But I was live streaming from Instagram. Let's see here, let me get it back in view. Like I said, I have to readjust. Okay, see, there you go. Got to readjust it sometimes because the Earth is moving and my telescope is not tracking that movement, so I do have to move the telescope into view sometimes. So I'd say it's about 15 to 20, about 15% covered now. It's definitely moving. It's definitely moving on its way. The moon is. Let me just get this back in view so we can get a nicer shot. Let's see here. There you go. So that's about 10%, 10-15. Within the next half hour, it will be over. Yeah, as you mentioned, Jenna, you do need to have some type of solar equipment to be able to view this, whether it's glasses or a scope with a filter. Unfortunately, you're below the total eclipse, and I'm above it. So the people right in the middle they don't even need glasses. They got their 2 minutes of darkness. Whereas I don't know what the maximum amount you guys got was, but up here in Toronto, 70% covered was our maximum. Like I said, I was able to see, kind of like a crescent. So it was good enough for me. I mean, obviously it's a completely different experience if the sky just turns black and you see like this Pink Floyd-esque sun. But that would require traveling and money and whatnot. Which, if I ever run into some money someday, maybe I will travel, because these do happen every few years, just in different places of the world. So maybe I will travel. And it's usually an exotic country too, like I don't know, somewhere. Could be a country in South America, or just a place that's very out of the way for Americans, obviously. Brazil, or even like an island. You could have to go to Hawaii, or you could have to go to Australia. Just like those are usually the places that get the best views of everything. They usually don't get clouded out. I remember last year for the Mercury transit, which I also recorded. I didn't live stream that, but That you definitely needed. You needed a telescope in order to see the Mercury transit last year, which was essentially what we're seeing today, just on a smaller scale. Even though Mercury's larger than our sun, it's further away, so it's only going to appear as a small disk crossing the sun, which will happen again in 2019. So I guess that's the next thing on the radar for me. Even though I've already seen it, it was really cool. Obviously not as big as this, but you know, still really cool to see another planet crossing in front of the sun. So we're now at about, I'd say, 8% here in Toronto. Again, the sun just kind of looks like a yawning Pac-Man at this point, really. Yeah, it's nice to be able to go on those cruises. If you're like out on the ocean, especially, and you could see it. I don't know if you could see it from. Well, I mean, yeah, you could probably see it where you guys are at and see the. I don't know, what is it? You said 80%, so maybe you could probably see a decent amount of it, like maybe just off the shore of Florida. Best place to be mainland, though. 2 minutes of darkness. It won't happen again for a while. I don't know the exact number, but it's going to be a while again before it happens. I literally just rolled out of bed and came down to see the eclipse. Didn't go to bed till like 7 a.m. or something. The eclipse started for us around 1 something, so pretty much rolled out of bed, hopped on my balcony. Was able to see it for a little while, and then I had to go off to the parking lot next to my apartment. And now I'm literally like out here frying, though. It's pretty hot. It's pretty hot out here. But, you know, I would say it's something like, it has to be at least 80 degrees, or at least it feels like it. Maybe more. I know it's probably even way hotter down where you're at, Jenna. I'm sure it's like 90 or 100 or some goofy bullshit like that. I will be posting some pictures later that I took with my camera through my eyepiece. Probably got at least a couple decent ones. It's more for memories than anything else, but yeah, this is really cool. So today, so Ozzy's performing right now, and he opened up his concert to the Total Eclipse, because where he was performing, they get to see the full thing. He opened it with Bark at the Moon, which is really sweet. That must have been the coolest experience ever. Now, if I had money, that's where I would be right now. I think it's in Oregon, actually. Like one of the best places to see it. That must have been really surreal for that crowd. There's going to be videos of it up later, which I'm going to stalk those tonight and check it out. Yeah, AC units are nice. When you live in the big city, I don't know what it's like getting housing down there, but when you live in the big city, finding an apartment with AC is actually fairly rare. I was lucky enough to get one, so my old one last summer did not have AC, and it sucked. I'm viewing from Toronto. Good buddy. I know you're out there in India and you can't really see anything. But you know, it's North America's turn. They haven't had an eclipse since the 70s. So. Say we're getting to about maybe 6-7%, starting to really move its way out. We got an eventful day today. After this, I'm going to an apartment viewing. Let's see if I can get this back in view. For some reason it isn't showing. Again, I have to adjust the telescope from time to time because of the Earth's rotation. You got to keep up with the planet here, guys. It's not as simple as point and look. You look for a few seconds or a few minutes and then it's gone. Let's see here. Yeah, it's still going. We got about 7%.
Is it 7 minutes?
Or no, like 7% left. Or not left. 7% covered. Yeah.
So it's like mostly uncovered then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. It's like Pac-Man.
Yeah, that's always making jokes. Like, it kind of looks like a yawning Pac-Man. Were you watching, or?
What?
Were you watching when I was saying that?
No.
No, I was like, like a minute ago, it looked like a yawning Pac-Man or something.
Yeah, my haircut took not very long.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, just cleaned it up a little bit.
That's cool.
For the wedding.
Oh yeah, it's Saturday.
Yeah. I figured because I've had it before that I've got my haircut and they've like kind of messed it up before. And
fucked it up?
Yeah, so you want to give a couple days just so you can grow in a little bit, yeah?
Yeah, dude, I haven't had a haircut since... I don't understand those problems. I can't relate, I'm sorry.
I didn't cut my hair. I had long hair for a while.
Yeah, I've seen some pictures. Did you have long hair last year? I can't remember now.
I can't tell. Did I have it when you first started working? Oh, probably. I think it was I cut it at the end of last summer.
Okay, then yeah, I must have seen it.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm having a hard time getting this back in view, like on the thing. Some live.
It's the live thing.
Yeah, I had it in view. I don't know why it's being so goofy right now. But yeah, I'm going to an apartment viewing shortly after this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice neighborhood, or?
No, Queen and Lansdowne.
Oh, a little over.
Yeah, fuck, I can't get it back in view.
Found something cheaper?
Oh, yeah. Fuck, man. I think I might have to...
Is it just the focus of the camera?
Yeah, this is definitely an issue with my phone for some reason. It was picking up on it earlier.
Can you try and like tap the screen and if it will focus, or... I know it does that with iPhones, but it's also just hard to see.
Yeah. Yeah, the place I have right now is 1480. Well, it's going to be 1480 in October.
That's too much.
Yeah, and
Do you want me to see if I can see it through mine?
Fuck it. You can
So
try.
we see if it's working.
It's the new place I'm looking at. 1025. Snap a few pictures. Maybe I'll.
Now it's gone again though.
I'll live stream it through your phone.
There,
It's like some
there's like
double shit.
It's a little bit, but it seems.
There you go, guys. You're seeing it through my phone, through Ethan's phone.
Oh, it's hard to get the full. No. There we go. Yeah, I guess it's
You're
just
seeing it through a phone, through an eyepiece, through a mirror. It's like you don't know what's real anymore.
I guess the phones might not be good at capturing the.
They're putting chemicals in the water.
I don't know that though.
You don't know it?
No, all I know is you said something about the frogs being gay.
Oh man, my dad looks just like that guy too.
Oh really?
They're putting chemicals in the water. They're making the freaking frogs gay. Sorry guys, it went from really scientific and proper to degeneracy.
Not very 2017, Ryan.
Yeah, I know. Man, that's a. See if I get one last little view in there for you guys before I cut this stream. What is up with that? It doesn't want to. For some reason, my phone does not want to view it anymore. It's just like it's over it.
Is it just that the sun's moving, or?
No, it's in view on my scope, so it should be able to. Like it was picking it up earlier.
I wonder if there's like some kind of, is there like a camera attachment that you can attach a camera to?
Oh yeah, there is. And I was debating on buying one. I do have some pictures, and I'm gonna upload them later.
Took from.
Yeah.
Because I guess that one would probably, if you had the attachment, probably focus.
It's called I think it's called a T. Oh shit. It's called a T ring, okay. I believe, or something like that, or a T adapter or some shit. My buddy in India is viewing. He can't see it, obviously.
Yeah.
But you know, it's America's turn.
It's America's turn.
Like it's North America's turn. Every time else, it's like in South America or Hawaii or Australia. You know what I mean? It's always like some place where you have to spend a lot of money. It's like so.
Any other events like this coming up anytime?
It's cool, guys. I'm gonna cut this stream. Take it easy, folks.